Yahweh only. Kwame Ashala. Call all our Yahweh and Yahweh only. No Bahashim. Chip. Yahweh only. Yahweh.
It's my testimony. That I go through. Somebody say why? Because
Shalom. This is Calvin Israel, back with another video lesson, giving all praises, honor, power, glory, dominion, majesty, reverence, blessings, worship, love, and admiration to the Most High, Yahweh, and Yahweh only. Double honors, triple honors to Yahweh and Yahweh only. And may Yahweh give double blessings and triple blessings to the saints and the zealots that support and budget the high priest after the order of Melchizedek, Calvin Israel, and the YOZ ministry. Understand that. All right. Now, today's video lesson is Revelation, Demolition, Part 2. And all praises to the Most High for giving us the revelation of the book of Revelation. Yes, giving us the eyes to decode, giving us the eyes to see this, to decode this. All right? Because the Christian lights say that the daughter of Babylon and Mystery Babylon is the same. The Christian lights say the daughter of Babylon and Mystery Babylon the Great is the same. You see, the daughter of Babylon is in the Old Testament. And we understand that that's about America. All right, that's a future prophecy about America. And we know who that nation is. Okay? So the Christian lights say that the daughter of Babylon and Mystery Babylon is the same. Mystery Babylon is in the New Testament. It's not the same as the daughter of Babylon. Okay? Because we know who the daughter of Babylon is. So, if the New Testament writers was on one accord with the Israelites, then they would know that we know who the daughter of Babylon is, this future Babylon. All right? It wouldn't be a mystery. Why tell us a mystery that's not a mystery? You're going to write a book directed and addressed to the Israelites about a mystery Babylon that is not a mystery. We already know what it is. Look, right here in the scriptures. The scriptures tells us what it is. Right here. Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon. Who's the daughter of Babylon? Edom is the daughter of Babylon. This new Babylon, this future Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Why will they be destroyed? Because in the day of Jerusalem, they said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Burn it. All right. They said, burn down Jerusalem. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Okay. Now we go back to Revelation, and we're going to break down this whole chapter. Revelation 12 and verse 1. All right. So we see that Mystery Babylon was decoded in Revelation Demolition Part 1. All praises to the Most High. And Mystery Babylon, the New Testament writers wrote to be Israel. All right. Now, it's very important to know the theology, the mind frame, the ideology and philosophy of these New Testament writers. What did they believe when they was writing this in Greek? Right? What did they believe in the first century when they created this New Testament and the Edomite Romans wrote it in Greek? What did they believe? What doctrine? And to answer that, the doctrine they believed and the doctrine they created is Gnosticism. Gnosticism is the belief that Yahweh is not the creator. He's not the Most High. Gnosticism is the belief that Yahweh is not the creator, but he comes from a super supreme being, and he's lesser than this super supreme being. And this super supreme being, which they made up, which is imaginary, gave Yahweh rulership over this earth, lordship over this earth. Okay? And Yahweh did a poor job. He was wicked. And he wasn't ruling this world right. So, this imaginary super supreme being took Yahweh away and gave the world his son. That's what they believed, his son, JC. So now the world is ruled by a more righteous deity. That's why the Father and God is never referred to Yahweh in the New Testament. They never say Yahweh's name. They only use those titles, God and Father and Lord. They never say Yahweh's name because they are not referring to Yahweh as the creator. They invented and created their own creator, imaginated creator, right? That's what they did. So that's the mind frame. So we're in their mind frame now. Now, reading the book of Revelation would be more easy for you to understand now because you're thinking how they're thinking, so you can see the spit that's all throughout the New Testament. Okay? That's the true theology that these New Testament writers were in, Gnosticism. That's why JC called the children of Israel the devil, right? In John 8. He called the Israelites that's keeping the commandments and that was just trying to keep him on point with keeping the commandments and keeping the Sabbath and stuff like that. The Pharisees. He called them the children of the devil their father was the devil. Why? Because these New Testament writers believe that the Israelites come from this lesser wicked deity, Yahweh. Right? And everyone who believed in JC as the new King of Kings and the new Lord of Lords, then they are the children of light and the children of God. Like like John 1 said, right? John 1, verse 11 through 14, right? JC gave people that wasn't Israelites by blood the right to be the sons of God. That's what John 1 says. All of this is blasphemy. It's spit and it's wickedness. Okay? So let's get into this right now. We got a lot to break down, a lot to get into. All right? Revelation 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. So this woman is the Israelites. All right, she got 12 stars on her head. And even the Christian lights that have the idol shy camp doctrine, they will say that this woman represents the Israelites as well. All right. And she being with child, okay, Mary is an Israelite. All right, so this woman is also Mary, right? And she being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, the 7 crowns upon his head. All right. And 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven. That'll be the remnant, the 1/3, right? That Yahweh says that are his, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman. So the dragon represents Yahweh and the Israelites. So the dragon and the beast represents Yahweh and the Israelites, okay? And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. For to devour her child as soon as it was born. Okay. Now, how is it that the dragon has not been cast out of heaven yet, but is on earth standing before Mary? The dragon doesn't get cast out until verse 9. The dragon and the beast represent Israel and Yahweh. The only one standing before Mary when JC was born was Joseph, and 3 pagan-ass star-gazing astrologers that the New Testament writers wrote to be wise. So Joseph representing the house of David, Yasha'Allah, Israel, the dragon, the beast. Also in Matthew 1:18 through 19, we see that Joseph thought to devour pregnant Mary, right? And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. So we're going to have to go to that. to where David, Joseph, representing the house of David, thought to put Mary away, thought to devour her privately. Okay, let's go to Matthew. We're going to have to go to Matthew 1 and verse 18. Now the birth of JC was on this wise, when as his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, before they came together, she was found with child of the Holy Ghost. Okay. Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man and not willing to make her a public example, was minded to put her away privately. Right? So, privately. So, he was going to kill her and put her away. All right? Now, that was a dirty trick to play on someone. If this story was actually real, the spirit should have came to Joseph first to let him know that that's what was going to happen. Not just spraying that upon a man, him seeing his bride-to-be that he never slept with pregnant. He could have flashed right then, especially in those days. Flashed right there on the spot. The whole town know that they haven't had the ceremony yet, that they ain't had sex yet. How is she pregnant? It would have been a dead pregnant Mary on the ground, and everybody would have been like, well, the evidence is right there. That's why she's dead, because she's pregnant with a child that is not of her fiance, right? And he would have got off. We're going to go back to Revelation. Let's go back to Revelation 12, verse 4. And we're going to continue to break this down so we understand now that this dragon represents Israel, because David was the only one standing there. And the New Testament writer said that the stargazers, the astrologers, was wise. So the dragon is not them, right? All right. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Wait, the dragon was already on earth standing next to Mary. Now the dragon is back in heaven fighting against Michael. He was just in verse 4 standing next to Mary about to devour her son when it was being born. Now this dragon is back in heaven right here in verse 7 and 8 and 9 fighting against Michael. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Right? So, they saying that this devil deceived the whole world. They saying that Yahweh deceived the whole world. This is blasphemy. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Right? His angels, right? The Lord of hosts. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God replacement theology, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto death. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Okay, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. Right? Not by Yahweh. Not by the right hand of Yahweh, right? But by the blood of the Lamb. Not by the power of Yahweh. By the blood of the Lamb. Because they are saying that the dragon is Yahweh. And by the word of their testimony. Wait. By the word of their testimony? Or by the word of the testimony of Yahweh? Let's go. Let's go to Psalms 19 and 7. Psalms 19 verse 7. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. So it's the testimony of Yahweh that has power. Our testimony doesn't have no power. What power do our testimony have to win anything, man? And they overcame. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Come on. Therefore rejoice ye, heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. Right? And what do the Christians say that our God is? The God of the Old Testament is wrathful. Right? They scared of him. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man-child. And the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place. So the Israelites went into the wilderness, right? Where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. Wait, what? She is nourished from the face of the serpent? Wait. No, the Israelites went into the wilderness and was nourished by Yahweh with mammon and water. They was nourished by Yahweh, not the face of the serpent. This woman is being nourished by the face of the serpent. It doesn't say that she was hid. It says where she is nourished, not where she is hid for a time and half of a time from the face of the serpent, but nourished for a time and times and half of a time from the face of the serpent. And people just read right over that. Yeah, right? So people just read right over that. She's being nourished by the serpent. like the Israelites were being nourished by Yahweh. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman. The earth helped the woman. Oh, okay. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. Oh, okay. Who did that? Do anybody know? Who caused a great flood on the earth? Do anybody know that? I'm going to give y'all some time to think about it. Do anybody know who caused a great flood on the earth? Okay. While y'all think about that, here's Revelation 13:13. And he does great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. So, who did that? Does anybody know who did that? Who made fire come down from heaven? Who made a great flood on earth? Man, this stuff is like, right? All right. Y'all get it now? Yeah. Only two. Yahweh and this dragon in Revelation. Those are the only ones. So who's the dragon? Yahweh was the only one that flooded the earth. The dragon flooded the earth. Yahweh was the only one who rained down fire and brimstone from the heavens. And the dragon in the book of Revelation. So the dragon is Yahweh, right? We understand that. We can do process of elimination. Let's do process of elimination. And it's only one person. Only one person that fit those criteria. There's only one person that did those things, and that's Yahweh. And the dragon did those same things. So you put it together. Process of elimination. Go ahead. Oh, man. But yeah, the people that believe in this, the people that push this is going to be destroyed. Yeah, straight up. They're going to be destroyed. Let's go to Revelation 13:15. All right. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So who's the image of the beast? The Israelites is the image of the beast. And let's go and prove that. We're going to go to Genesis. 1 and 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And God said, let us make man in our image. Okay. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. There you have it right there. And God said, let us make man in our image. So here is the Most High giving life to the beast. Okay? And here is Genesis 2 and 7. Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And Yahweh Elohim formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So here is Yahweh giving life unto the image. Okay? Because what? In Revelation 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, let's go and get that. Where Yahweh said, if they did not worship us, they would be killed. Okay. And that's Isaiah 60 and verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. There you have it. If they do not serve us, they will be killed. So, back here in Revelation, it says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So, the beast, the dragon, represents Yahweh and Yasharallah. Understand that. Now we're going to get off into this mark of the beast. The real mark of the beast. Okay. Revelation 13:16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And he causes all, both small and great. Okay, small and great. All right. Now let's go to we're gonna go to 2 Chronicles. Let's go to 2 Chronicles 15, verse 12. And they entered into a covenant to seek Yahweh, God of their fathers, with all their hearts and with all their soul, that whosoever would not seek Yahweh, God of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great. whether man or woman. All right. So, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. So, let's see. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? So you already know that Yahweh says you are saved if you are called by his name. Except he that had the mark or the name. All right? So, understand that. If you are called by the Most High's name, you have those liberties, right? The name. But this mark in the right hand and forehead, okay? Where is this mark? Let's go. Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy Elohim with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as a frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. Yeah, that's your forehead. Yeah. Yeah. Between your eyes is your forehead. So, the mark is the covenant, the commandments that's supposed to be in your forehead and on your right hand, right? Because it's supposed to be between your eyes, your forehead, the laws, the covenant. It's supposed to always be in your forehead, between your eyes. It's supposed to always be in your mind, the covenant and the commandments. And it's supposed to be in your hand so that you can carry out to do them. All right? So the New Testament writers is calling this the mark, as we see the hand and the forehead. Okay, this is the mark that they are saying is the mark of the beast. All right. So that's Revelation, Demolition, Part 2. And we can also go up here to Revelation. Let's go back up to Revelation 13, verse 2. Okay. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Okay, now in the book of Daniel, it says that it's like 3 beasts that looks like a leopard, a bear, and one looks like a lion or something. But in the Revelation, it's saying that it's one beast that looks like all 3 of these animals. Okay, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Okay, so we go to Hosea 13 and 7. 13. Hosea 13 verse 7. Therefore I will be unto them as a lion, as a leopard. By the way will I observe them. I will meet them as a bear that is bereaved of her whelps. Hey, so there you go right there, man. There you go. Look. The lion, the leopard, the bear. Yahweh says that he will be like that. And then in the Revelation, the book says that they seen a beast that appeared to be all of these beasts, lion, leopard, bear. And here we see Yahweh, lion, leopard, bear. Hosea 13:7. Therefore I will be unto them as a lion, as a leopard. By the way, I will observe them. I will meet them as a bear that is bereaved of her whelps, and will rend the coal of their heart, and there will I devour them like a lion. The wild beasts shall tear them. There you go. So all praises to the Most High Yahweh. Yahweh is the creator. These New Testament writers believed in Gnosticism, and they wrote it into the New Testament, and they deemed our scriptures Old Testament, and they pushed it real violently, and so that the rest of the world accepted it. All right, so there we have it. Yahweh willing. That was edifying. And until next time, Kram Yashala. Shalom. Rise, Israel. Repent. Come out of idolatry. And also for my YOZ family, right? For my zealots, my saints. For my zealots and my saints that know the doctrine. Yeah, we're going to have to get organized. We're getting more organized over here, and we're going to need more teachers. So create channels. Create channels with the handle YOZ and then whatever you want after that. Okay? So YOZ, then whatever you want after that. And y'all watch the videos, man. Y'all that been watching the videos and taking notes, actually, y'all got the doctrine. Push it. Push it under YOZ. All right? because we destroyed this whole New Testament. This doctrine over here at YOZ, Yahweh Only Zealots, yeah, it's the true doctrine, the true teachings of the righteous ancient Israelites. All right? All praises to the Most High Yahweh. There's only one God. One Creator, right? That rules. And he will not give his glory to another. So how did he give all his lordship to JC? He will not give his glory to another. So how did he give all his glory to Enoch? He will not give his glory to another. In Malachi 3:6, Yahweh does not change. So we are not consumed. Exactly. And these damn heathens and these Jewish people writing other books to deceive us. And a lot of people are falling for it. To be consumed. Because they are not standing on the Most High's word. They're not taking the Most High for his word as a God of his word. Would you think the Most High is lying or something when he says he doesn't change? You think the Most High is lying or something when he says he wouldn't give his glory to another? Look, these people is tripping, man. All right? But, yeah. Live videos is coming soon because I'll be wanting to rock longer. I'll be wanting to rock for like 2-3 hours, you know, because I got a lot to bring out. But, you know, live videos coming soon. Definitely like, subscribe, share the video, support the ministry, get the teaching under YOZ. Let's get the fellowshipping and coming together. Yes, follow me on Instagram, Calvin_Israel. I'm not putting no more graphic or violent images on YouTube. If you want to see that, if you want to see graphic images with scriptures, go and add me on Instagram. It's in my story. All right. So, all praises to the Most High Yahweh. Shalom.